Okay, on a lighter note, I've been reporting as best I can from Indiana, the big Maui fire, the huge Maui fire, the biggest fire in American history so far. And they've only searched 38% of the property. This video is not about that. This video is just going to be about the stuff I do. I'm stepping away from the news. Ho, ho, ho. Man, I would have been a great anchorman. Dick-richey at 9 on Thursdays in your living room. Could you imagine having Dick-richey in your living room every night at 9 o'clock giving you the news? I think people would tune into that. I would. Hey, so a couple projects I've been working on. You saw the cross I did for Peak City Church in Colorado. It's a walnut front base, setback, LED lighting, remote control. I think PD Kinder's going to like that. Check this out. Okay, so if you watch my videos a good bit, you know that I went to Colorado about 2 weeks ago, and I scaled the mountains of the Golden Gods, the Garden of the Gods. And at the top of that mountain, I found my spiritual animal. And it was a bear. Look. And then I found this canvas. See, this is a canvas print. You hear that? Canvas print. And it has like a wood backing frame inside of it. So I do this a lot. If you get on Amazon, you can buy like canvases. And they're already set up like this. Really cool. But they don't have a frame. You can make your own frame so easy. Look at the frame on this one. Look at the wood. So I use barn wood in everything I do because it just has that look. You can't fake that look most of the time. And then I'll frame these canvases in. And I have them framed in our home, you know, and I think they look great. And it took me no time. I had my DeWalt miter saw, cut 45s, made to fit perfect, little glue, 2 nails, right? And I made it just tight enough to where this fits in there just by pushing it in really good. And then now it's ready to be hung on the wall. And it looks like a great piece of art. Yeah, it's me. Thought that was cool. I'm going to have to find a place. I'm thinking about redoing behind me a little bit. It's getting really cluttered back there. Although I kind of like that too, so I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what to do. But I'm thinking about making it a little bit nicer. I don't know what. I just get bored of stuff and I like got to change it. So I'll probably one day come in here and just start pulling everything down, changing things up a little bit, tidying it up, and then it'll be cluttered again in no time. But check this out. So this is a standing lamp. And I had a different shade on here that was heavier and it was top heavy and it was tipping this over. So I rewired the socket and I put a cage on there now. And this is a nice little reading lamp that's going to go next to a nice chair in our house for my wife. I think she's going to like that better. She doesn't love the industrial look in the cages that much, but she's going to be glad that it doesn't tip over anymore. Because it was tipping over, the cats would rub up against it. So there's that. So I've been busy. I'm getting all caught up in the shop, and I'm getting ready to get some stuff done. And then I'm going to, what was I going to do? I got the shop caught up, and I was like, I had a big plan. I've got a local job where a buddy of mine, I made some cool lights. Look, I made this beam light, and I made this wagon wheel light for his huge cabin. And it's not a cabin, it's his home. And then I did this in his kitchen lighting. It's like copper and stuff. Check it out. Right there. Well, they put in new island and cabinetry. If you can't tell, it doesn't really match for them as much, and they're switching over from copper to like a brushed bronze. So I'm going to paint all those shades that are in there, and I'm going to redo the piping and do like black pipe instead of copper pipe, and then move the pendants over the island better. So I'm going to do that as soon as I get caught up in the shop. So I'm going to be doing a little local work. I like doing local work a lot. Now, this is my buddy Brent, and he owns 2 animal shelters. Not shelters, but clinics, animal clinics. in two towns kind of close to me, but kind of far too. Actually, shoot, 20 miles away. So he's going to be wanting that redone, and I'm going to help him out with that. And I like doing that. I like getting out in the field a little bit. Probably would have liked to have done that completely as a living, but everything I do, I make and I ship. And I don't get to meet the customers. To finish off the way I started, I've been kind of trying to report or give some information as much as my take on the Maui situation. And just really not happy with those folks. I'm not happy at all. I'm feeling like they've been so used to just having it so nice. They live in Maui. Having it so nice that now they're confronted with actually having to do the hard part of their jobs, and they're carrying disdain against media. And yeah, I get it. I don't like social media a lot of times too, but they are like saying social media is the enemy now. I'm the enemy. That I don't care about the people of Maui. That's what they're saying. They're wrong. They're totally wrong. Just like they're wrong with how they handled the whole disaster, now they're wrong about trying to push blame off and say, oh, we've done things just fine, and it's social media that's making us out to be villains. No, you made yourself out to be the villains because you are the villains if you cannot own your errors. Now, this Governor Green said humans make mistakes. He's saying that because they made mistakes, but they aren't owning their mistakes. Herman Andaya is the emergency chief, and he's the one who didn't sound the sirens. And he said he didn't sound them because people can't hear the sirens in their houses and when it's windy. That's what he said. Right there, he said it. He made a mistake. And then he, right there in the conference, said he doesn't regret making that mistake. It's a shame. Terrible shame. But I'm going to get back to being fun-loving or whatever, but if I keep watching this stuff, it's going to make me nuts. Sometimes I don't mind being nuts if it's for the right thing. And the right thing is making sure that these people of Maui aren't just sitting there with nothing in the dust of what they owned and saying, did our people take care of us? They're saying they did, but I don't feel like they did. Because this and this and this and this happened, and it could have happened better. And I probably could still have my pet that died in the fire. I could still have my child, my family, my grandparents that died in the fire. But they want to say that they did everything right and don't want to own what they did wrong. Isn't that life? So many people. And then the deflection. That's what happens. When you call them out, they start to deflect. Now they're deflecting it out onto social media. I was out here in Indiana. All I'm doing is watching them screw up. I am just saying what I'm seeing, as is all the other social media platforms. All right, time to keep things a little more upbeat. Don't forget, this week's giveaway is going to be 2 knives. Yeah, there's not a flipper on this. It's going to be 2 knives. The SOG Fielder, I see. Maybe this is why I'm giving it away. Can't get my thumb in there. So if I was keeping this, I would grind that out a little more so that I could get reach to the thumb stud. So the SOG Fielder and the Schrade knife. I don't know the name of it. I have to get it to open. Otherwise, the flipper does not. And you can't even get it to flip open with the thumb. So I don't love this knife, but it's still a good knife because it's a knife. Just because it doesn't open the way you want it to open or close the way you want it to close doesn't mean it's not still going to cut what you want to cut, scrape what you want to scrape, and do what you want it to do. Friday giveaways, 2 knives though. I'm giving away I can't get this damn SOG open. Kind of a cool blade too. Clip point with like a harpoon thing here. Drop point with 50, like probably 33% serration right here. I don't know what that sound effect was, but there it is. There you go, guys. 2 nabs on Friday. And I'm out. Deuce Roosies.